What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. This one is going to be a little bit different because today we're going to go through the new Wealthsimple Trade app. There's so many cool things about this app, like the commission-free trading, and it's a mobile-only trading platform, which is kind of weird for me because I mainly use Questrade for my trading, and it's usually done on a computer. I also like using Yahoo Finance to view my stocks and look at all the data. So I use two different sources, whereas this Wealthsimple Trade app apparently has everything all in one mobile app. Before we begin, I have to admit that I'm a huge fan of Wealthsimple and how they're innovating the way investing is done in Canada. I use the original Wealthsimple app that does that investing on autopilot thing, and I've made a couple of videos on that already showing how my investments have done and my thoughts on it so far. You can go check those out down in the description box below if you want to see that. Anyways, I have deposited $1,000 into the Wealthsimple Trade account so that I could go through the process of buying some stocks using the app. And yeah, this is going to be a bit of a walkthrough and review video at the same time. I'm super excited and I hope you are too. So let's get straight into the video. Alright, so let's get right into the app. So I'm going to open up the Wealthsimple Trade app right over here. And as you can see, I've already set up the Face ID because I've been playing with the app for a couple of days already. You can actually use a PIN code or use your email and password if you want instead of using the Face ID. All of that we'll look at in just a sec. Right on the home page, you can see that it's a very simple and unique home page compared to a lot of other investing apps that you can use like Questrade or RBC Direct Investing and all the others. Anyways, let's get on with the home page. So let's scroll down a little bit more and we can obviously browse stocks, which we'll do in just a second. But the first thing that we can see here, it says available to trade. Now, over here right now, I have $1,000 that I deposited from my own bank account into this TFSA. Now, available to trade can mean that you can get your money from deposits like I did over here. You can get it from dividend payments. You can get it from any proceeds that you have from selling your stocks or ETFs. Those are the things that are going to add to your available to trade amount, which you can use to invest into the stock market. Now, if I press this plus sign over here, it tells me that I can add funds to either my personal account or the TFSA, which I created on my own. The cool thing about this Wealthsimple Trade app that I realized was how easy it is to transfer money into your account into this part where it says available to trade. And again, we're gonna go through that in just a second. So we'll go back to the top here and we'll hit this little icon. And this is where it shows all the different options that you have with the app. Now, one of my favorite things about this app right now is that it says stock market opens in 11 hours and 9 minutes, which is amazing. I think something so simple like that makes my life a little bit easier. It just tells me when the market is about to close or open, and I actually love that. Anyways, so if we go to the first tab here, it says activity. So this is just going to be the different things that have happened in my account. Now, so far, I've only deposited $1,000, which is what I showed up here. But as you make trades and as you receive dividends, more and more items will list up here. So I'm gonna get out of this, and next thing we can do, which I just mentioned, was funding. Now, this is how simple it is to add money or withdraw money from your account. So we can go here and we can either add funds, and we choose which account we want to add the funds to. Now, I created a TFSA with this Wealthsimple Trade account, so I'm going to click on that and we can press continue. Now here we can add the deposit amount that we want, and let's just say $100 for example, and press continue again. And then we can take it out of this bank account, which is very, very easy to connect. Now, I'm not going to deposit any more money into here, so I'm going to get out of here. But it's the same concept with withdrawing funds as well. You just choose which account you want to withdraw money from, and that's it. You could even add more than one checking or savings account, which is under your name, just by pressing manage bank accounts right over here. And it's a very simple process just to add that extra account. Anyways, let's get out of funding now and we'll move to accounts. Now, accounts over here just tells you what different accounts you have within this very app. Like I said, I created a TFSA with this app and I've deposited $1,000 into there, which is why it says account value is $1,000. The personal account I have not added money into, which is why it's zero, and I still haven't opened an RRSP with this app yet. So I'm gonna get out of there. And the last thing that we can do is settings, which is amazing over here. This is where you can set up the Face ID, or you can add that extra PIN code, or you can just do login with email address and password as well. You can actually change the preference of your appearance of the app. So we can either do light or we could do the dark version. I like the dark version, so let's keep it at that. Manage notifications, very, very simple things. And the rest is all the basics like legal policies and support, customer support and things like that. So let's get out of here. So now let's go back to the home page and we can see what else is going on here. So we can do view accounts here. And again, that's just going to tell you which accounts you have available and which ones have money in them. And again, my TFSA has $1,000 because that's what I just deposited into the account. Now we're going to press this search button right up at the top here. And this is one of my most favorite things about the app. And it's just the way that it categorizes all of the different stocks that are available through this app. You can click on the top list at the top over here, and that tells you, the top 100 on trade or the most active, the top gainers, all that fun stuff. But the cool thing is the categories where you can actually look at different fields or industries: alcohol and tobacco, apparel and footwear, banking, cannabis, consulting, and all the different other kinds that are available out there. So let's look at, for example, consulting, and it will tell you all the different stocks that are available on the market for that industry. Now we'll get out of that and let's actually go through the process of buying a stock using this app. So one stock that I've been keeping an eye on is Scotiabank because they're trading at a pretty decent price right now, and I'm a huge fan of the big Canadian banks. So I'm going to search up Scotiabank here, and I know the ticker is BNS. So I'm going to click on that one, and that's the TSX. Now, I think this is one of the coolest things about the app, which is how simple the information looks here. You have the ticker right at the top, you have the name of the company, you have what the price of the stock is at this point in time, and then you have these different view options of a chart of 1 day, 1 week, 1 year, 5 years, and so on. One thing that I actually kind of did not like too much about the app is that you can't see, one of the reasons I like using Yahoo Finance is you can see all the max years that the stock has been on the market. Whereas over here, you can only see the last 5 years, which is still decent. But when I like looking at the data of a company, I like to see all of it. So if we scroll down a bit more, it tells you the different stats. It tells you open, high, low, PE. It tells you the dividend yield. It tells you all of this information. It tells you even what the company is about. So I think it's a lot of good, simple information that you might just want to look at initially when you're looking at a company. But I think it just doesn't provide that much detail into the company. And I think that's something that will happen eventually down the line on the Wealthsimple Trade app. Maybe right now, this is just the user platform that they're trying to create. But still, it's a pretty decent view, I have to admit, compared to a Questrade app, for example. So now let's go to the buy button here because we want to buy some stock. So I'm going to take money out of the TFSA that I opened up, which has $1,000 in it, and I'm going to press on next. Now up here, right at the top, we can see it says market buy. Now we can change that to a limit order. We can do a stop limit. I'm going to stick with a market buy. And now it's saying, how many shares of BNS do you want to buy in your TFSA? Let's say I want to buy about 5 shares of Scotiabank. And again, there's no commission fees, so I can't complain. I'm going to buy 5. I can buy another 5 tomorrow. There's no extra $5 to $10 commission fee to make these trades. So now it tells me that the price per share is going to be $55.19 Canadian. The estimated cost is about $278. and I can press continue right over here. The market is closed. The market is currently closed, so your order will not be placed until the market's open at September 11, 2020, 9:30 a.m. And are you sure you want to continue? Yes, I am. So I can press continue. And then this just gives me a final confirmation page, and then we can press confirm order. And just like that, it has ordered it for me, and we're going to go through the transaction tomorrow morning, and the trade should go through. And then I can press done. And just like that, I just ordered 5 shares of Scotiabank without a single commission fee. I feel like it's something totally different compared to the Questrade apps and things I've been using, because I've always been hit with a $5 to $10 commission fee every single time I trade. So the $0 commission fee is kind of getting to me. Anyway, so I'm gonna scroll down again a little bit, and now it tells me that there's $710.25 remaining available for me to trade, just because I made that trade to buy Scotiabank stock. And it tells me that I have 1 pending order up here. Anyway, so we're gonna go back, and one thing I forgot to show you was that if I go back and type BNS, now another cool thing that I like about this app is the watch list. So this little I button or icon right at the top left here is your watch list. So I'm gonna press on that right there, and it says added to watch list, which is great. Now, if I leave here and I go all the way back to the home page and scroll all the way down, I can see that a watch list has been created, and it says BNS, and it tells me what the stock price is at. So that pretty much sums up what this entire app is about. I think we've covered basically everything this app has to offer, and I've scrolled through all the different buttons and different things you can press on. And overall, I must say it's a very, very simple app, and I haven't used anything like this before. I feel like it's such a modern twist to investing, and it shouldn't be this simple, but it is. It's kind of having my mind blown a little bit here. And I think it's a very good change in terms of investing that's done in Canada. The few things that I would probably change about the app is just that there isn't a max chart that you can see where you can see the history of the company, because right now I think the app is only limited to about 5 years that you can look at. The other thing I kind of noticed was that when you look at the company's stats, I wish there was some way that you can customize what you wanted to see versus not see. Maybe you don't want to see the market cap, or you don't want to see the dividend yield, and you want to see a different piece of information. I wish that was a little bit more customizable. But overall, I think this app has done very well in terms of first impressions. I think it was just very, very solid. I think in terms of transferring money around between accounts is such an important part of investing, because that takes up some business days, and it just takes time and effort. And I feel like this Wealthsimple Trade app just made that entire process extremely, extremely simple, just by pressing a couple of buttons. And I think that the process of buying a stock on the app is just very, very simple as well. And I think it's very good for modern investors to get their hands on something like this. And I have to admit, I'm not being sponsored or anything. This is a complete review video that I wanted to make just to show my first impressions and do a bit of a walkthrough on it. Anyways, I hope that this video actually helped you out. I hope that you learned something. I hope that it was able to show you how to make a trade using the Wealthsimple Trade app. If you have any further questions, then please let me know down in the comments below. I'm also going to include a link to the Wealthsimple Trade app in case you want to get started. This is an excellent way for you to save money just by not having these extra commission fees. And I think this is a wonderful platform to start with. Give it a shot, see how you like it. There's no commissions, it's very simple to use, and I think you might like it just like I did. Anyways, I hope that you liked the video. Hit the like button, subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.